So, hello. Welcome back. These are the new moon in Aries self-made themed secret code name readings. All right, this is secret code name Pongo, like from 101 Dalmatians. And this is someone's personal reading. Okay, this is their reading. It's personal to them. They know that this is their secret code name in their reading. Okay, for everybody else who is drawn to it or resonates to it in divine time, there is most likely a message in here for you. Okay, if you'd ever like your own personal reading, secret code name, the link to my Etsy shop is in the description. You can book them there. Plus you can find other really cool merch like 𝐬𝐞𝐫𝐿 t-shirts in there. We are calling in her energy today because 𝐬𝐞𝐫𝐿 is the destroyer of destroyers, right? She's the destroyer of demons. If you've got a shadow, she is the one that is capable of knocking it out. So we are calling in that energy today for the self-made readings because that is the whole intention, right? To find out what the milestone in the healing is, what the current self behavior is that needs to shift, and what the ideal self behavior is in order to shift into your highest alignment, right? So I'm using my Icarus Tarot for the milestone in the healing. All right, I'm using the Hermetic Tarot for the insights as to what the current self pattern is and what the ideal or highest aligned self pattern is. And then I'm using my Universe Has Your Back deck for guidance. All right, secret code name Pongo. So let's get into it. Spirit, please. Well, there you go. There you go. So, the Lover's card. The Lover's card prior to being the Lover's card was the choice. All right, it was the choice. And very particularly on this deck, you could see just how symmetrical or mirror image it is. Okay, the biggest challenge you may have in this moment, right, is seeing the divine mirror in front of you. Okay, seeing the divine mirror in front of you, meaning if you have issues with someone, chances are those are issues that spirit or your higher self is also having with you, and you're failing to see it. Okay, in some which way, shape, or form, right? It might not be in the same way, but it could be the same energy. Like, let's just say someone is super controlling of everything going on in their life, and they're always involved in things, right? They're always having their hand in everything. Well, spirit might say, okay, well, you're also super controlling everything in your life, and you have your hand in everything else, but you know, you're not necessarily focusing on your relationship with you, right? Or how you can better yourself, right? Maybe you're distracted just like this person's distracted, or whatever. Maybe this person is pessimistic, right? And spirit saying, yeah, but maybe you're pessimistic, you know, and in the same or different regard. So having the Lover's card as the milestone in the healing, this is about, because it's mercurial energy, right? It's mercurial energy. It's Gemini, Virgo energy, but mercurial energy. Understand the light attribute of whatever sign you have that Mercury is in, and pay attention to either Geminian or Virgoian energy in your life, because that is most likely where your mirror is. All right, that you're possibly having a hard time seeing. Okay, that's probably where the mirror is if you're dealing with strong Geminian energy or strong Virgoian energy. There is a really good chance that that's the mirror that you're failing to see. All right, with this card coming out like it is. So how can you improve, right? It doesn't, at the end of the day, it's how can you improve? If that's the mirror and the mirror is what it is, then how can you simply reflect and look upon it and heal it? Okay, so what is the current pattern of self spirit that needs to shift in healing this energy? What is the current pattern that needs to shift? Princess of Pentacles, what else? Nine of Cups. And Four of Wands. And what is the reality of the self that needs to be shifted into, right? Highest good. The Star, what else? Two of Cups. And the Three of Cups. We've got Strength on the bottom with the Four of Pentacles on top. Okay. The focus consciously might be on control and consistency, right? The control of having things stay stable, consistent, and or predictable. Okay. The overall energy that Spirit's aiming towards with the Strength card on the bottom and the Six of Wands under that and the Empress under that, right, and Six of Pentacles under that, it's about being really strong and letting your intuitive body, your divine feminine aspect of the self, claim a victory in the ultimate receiving, right? Because right now, Princess of Pentacles, Nine of Cups, Four of Wands, you may feel very soul stable. Okay, you may feel very soul stable in your environment that you've either created or seized an opportunity in with the Princess of Pentacles that fulfills certain wishes, right? With the Nine of Cups. This fulfills certain wishes. There's no anxiety or no stress, or everything seems ideal in a lot of ways, okay? The highest form of self, however, heals into the Two of Cups, which is soulmate energy, and creates joy. So the question really is, even if the opportunity that you have seized and or created for yourself isn't bad, it's consistent, right? It's stable. You can easily maintain control of your world from where you are, right? And who you're with. It's easily manageable. But can you take it from contentment on your own, right? With the Nine of Cups, can you take it from contentment on your own to healing into what is essentially a soulmate dynamic and creating joy or bliss? Okay, the Lord of Abundance, which is the overflow. Can you take it up a notch? Instead of staying with what is predictable, just because it feels good, just because there's certain wishes fulfilled, can you take it up a notch, right? Can you improve? So if you think about the different Gemini and Virgoian energy in your life, right? If you think just about those people for a moment, because it narrows it down. If you could think about just those people for a moment, all of them could have done something better, right? And maybe they were content because their reality was predictable. Maybe the soulmates that they've drawn in, it allowed them to be in control and create a predictable response from their soulmates. It became predictable and therefore wasn't stressful to them because of its predictability. And there was wishes being fulfilled, right? Certain things that they wanted that were being granted because of it. But have they ever been overwhelmingly happy? Have they ever experienced overwhelming joy? overwhelming creative passion energy that inspires them from soulmates and their reality. Have they ever experienced actual overflow or just contentment with certain wishes being granted? Even though it is, you know, Princess of Pentacles, it's not the Knight or the Queen or the King, right, of Pentacles. It's not the ultimate manifestation with the King, it's the Princess, okay? It's not that things aren't good. It's not even that things aren't great. It's the fact that they could be amazing. They could be amazing. And so whatever criticisms or advice you would give to the Geminis or Virgos in your life, whatever criticisms you would have that they could, should, would do better in a certain area, see how in the Divine Mirror you could apply that to self. If you can not get offended at yourself for a moment, right? And actually take it constructively as criticism from Spirit, like, hey, like, let's take a look at your mirror real quick though. Like, let's stay on top of your mirror. Like, let's be aware of what is going on and allow the shifts to start to take place, right? Allow it to start to take place. What's the guidance, please? Then, Spirit, what is the guidance with the universe has your back deck? When I lean on certainty and faith, I change my mind about the world I see. Yeah, things are great, but are you certain or have faith that they could be amazing? Because it changes your mind, right? It changes your mind about what is or isn't acceptable, what you can or could be doing, how you can or could improve. When you lean on certainty and faith within the self and what you're capable of, you can change your view of the world and what you see. Like, if something needs to heal in your perception of love and joy, something needs to shift in the way you perceive love or relationships. That love and joy is possible. Like, maybe, you know, your parents always got along, you know, I mean, given if they've been married a really long time or something, you know, obviously they have their moments where they're in disagreements or whatever. But let's just say ultimately, you know, they're happy with where they are, they're content, but maybe they're not super passionate or excited or have an affectionate kind of relationship, or one inspiring or empowering the other so much. You know, maybe there's a certain level of contentment or stability or flatline, right, that they experience, and that's what you learned is acceptable or the highest ideal, and there's more, right? And there's more. Maybe your own relationships haven't even, you know, haven't met that bar, and so you're, you know, there's, how could it be more than what I've even witnessed? It's a matter of certainty and faith that something out there is healing and overflowing and emotionally shifting for you, right? Because 5 cups altogether, 5 is a number of shift and momentum, and cups are the suit of emotion. Maybe the relationships you've witnessed have not been emotionally moving. Maybe the people you've been in relationships with have not emotionally shifted, right? Or they never gained momentum into growth, into unconditional love, which is essentially the 6. Hell, even with the 9, 14 cups still breaks down to 5. You know what I mean? The vibration of 5 with the suit of emotion, being emotionally momentous, right? And it shifts towards the unconditional vibration. Everybody looks at the 4 of Wands like an 11-11 card, you know, and that's self-mastery, but there's other master numbers beyond it. Like, it's great to master the self, but what about co-creation with 22? What about master teacher with 33? What about a master guardian with 44? Like, the 4 of Wands is not the end all on the deck. You know what I mean? There's more beyond it. Lean on certainty and faith. Change your mind about the world you see. There's more than what you've witnessed. You can heal this. You can heal this. Spirit wouldn't even be bringing it up. You know what I mean? Joy, overflow, emotional overflow, passion, right? That emotions can be so beautiful. They can create momentum and shift into sacred soulmate energy. Have certainty and faith that what you feel is meant for you out there really is, and that it's not really deniable. Or maybe it's not, or maybe this, or maybe that. Like, who knows? Like, no, you gotta trust what you know and sense and feel, right? Because I really do feel with these cards, that the current situation is content and there's certain wishes being fulfilled. But with these cards, it's not the highest healing possible. It's not the ultimate overflow of joy. It's not allowing you to be emotionally inspired. Whatever it is. Okay? So I have faith this will serve you well in divine time. Or if this is your secret code name. Alright. Definitely take a moment to third party look at the divine mirror of your reality, like from the outside looking in, and be like, okay, Spirit, I won't even be offended by myself or the healing or my reality. I'm just going to simply look in the mirror and choose to work on that, right? If I got room to improve then and remake myself in an overflow, abundant state where I feel overwhelming eternal gratitude that it brings me to tears, then that's what I'm going to work on. All right, then that's what I'm going to focus on within myself so that I can create that, because that's like a gratis eternum level of emotional, you know, gratitude and overflow. So you deserve to be so grateful for your experience that it brings you to tears with how grateful you are. That's possible, right? Certainty and faith. So until next time, my love and support is with you always. I love you. Remember, always love each other, but most importantly, love yourself. Take care.